Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn the Leather Bag Lady, still hanging on here. Uh, yeah, today's not a good day. This cold really knocked me on my ass, that's for sure. But here we are with you for another beautiful bag. So I already have this bag listed in black, and I have now found it in brown. And I have had this bag before. So there are a couple of brands in the US that are not really that popular here in Canada, in my opinion. One of which would be Dooney and Bourke, and the other is Brighton. Now, Brighton bags are really quite beautiful, and this bag is no exception. So let's unpack this bag a little bit because I think this bag is quite unique. So, first of all, you've got the patent, which my experience with patent is that it's very stiff, it's very kind of cold looking. Well, check this patent out. It is just squishy and slouchy, and I just think it is so beautiful. And the brown, it just adds so much warmth and texture because the color is a little bit almost variegated front and back. So there's no outside pockets or anything of that nature. You've got your kind of typical Brighton, metal, steel, whatever. It's not silver by any means. Hardware, and then you've got the Telltale Brighton heart. Now there is quite a bit of wear on this heart, but I don't care. I'm actually thinking of maybe trying to come up with a way to recolor some of these metal accents. But Brighton is very well known for its silver tone hardware, and there are a couple of other brands that do use it, and I see some of my colleagues on YouTube who'll pick a bag up, and especially Costume Jeweler, who is relatively new to bag sales. I'm learning a little bit more about him as I watch him, and I think it's just been 2 years that he's been selling purses. So he doesn't really have the knowledge. So when he comes across a bag that he thinks is a Brighton, sometimes it's not, and I'm finding that quite educational myself. So it does have some smooth leather areas, a little tiny bit of lifting on the side glazing, but I'm finding if I heat that up, it will re-stick, as long as it's not like ripped and pulled off. So that's what I'm doing. I sold that beautiful teal fossil bag to a friend of mine, actually, Cheryl, and there were a few areas on the glazing that were not separated. They were just starting to bubble a little bit. So I heated them up and I secured them. Not that it will be a lifelong fix, but it will stop it from peeling a lot quicker than it would have done normally. And then this smooth leather goes all the way around the bottom. This bag is in beautiful, beautiful condition. Couple of little scratches here. You can see it right there. And the interior is this really cool kind of pumpkin orange color. There's your Brighton Creed. There was a tiny little pen mark on the bottom. Now, I find that if the fabric is very nylon, and by that I mean that it's almost not waterproof, but it's almost wipeable. I find that if you spray alcohol on any pen marks, they will lift. So I found success with this type of fabric. The pen mark is just a little tiny dot there. You can barely see it. When I started with it earlier, it was quite blue. Now, one thing I will try and help you avoid is if you are going to scrub and hold both sides, sometimes that blue will work its way through. So now you've got a double stain. So you got to be very careful. And I've made the mistake in the past of a heavy pen mark on the bottom of the lining. I've just sprayed it whilst the lining is in the bag, and then before you know it, you now have a blue stain on the bottom of the bag. So be careful that you don't do that. If you can separate, this wasn't a very big mark, so it was easy for me to kind of hold it out and lightly buff it after. As soon as I put the alcohol on it, you could see the blue color running. So that's just a little tip for you that I've learned the hard way. I've ruined a couple of really nice bags that way. So like I said, Brighton is a bag that I look for. I do enjoy picking up, but it's not got the same following here in Canada that it does in the US. And the same, as I said, with Dooney and Bourke. So I liken the Dooney and Bourke almost to like our roots, and even maybe the Brighton. Very rarely do I don't think I've seen maybe one roots, and Kristen D had a Derek Alexander business satchel, which, I mean, Derek Alexander is a Canadian company, so it was kind of odd to see it in a New York-based reseller's bag sale. So anyway, and then let's not forget there is a key lanyard in this really cool orange, which just as a little sidebar, because this is Leather Bag Lady and we do sidebars, Pius's son-in-law is desperate for a Yeti that is this color, because I believe this is, I guess, a very sought after color. So when I saw the inside of this bag, Mitch was the first person I thought of. But anyway, what I was going to show you was this really pretty zipper pull, again in the Telltale Brighton heart. So that is today's bag. Like I said, I do have another one listed. This one I've priced a few bucks more just because there is a little bit more depth to this bag with the variegated color. The black is great, but yeah, it's very plain. I just think this bag and the interior of this bag is just so much more fun than the black. So, but there you go. That is today's bag. So a little blurb on yesterday's bag, and I'm gonna have to go in and change the pictures from yesterday. So I was successful in pulling all the lining out of the bag. This is all nice raw leather. And what I did do was I didn't want to pull on these stitches, because this stitching not only held the lining in, but it holds the zipper on. So I didn't want to yank on that. So I snipped it where it was loose and left it in place where it wasn't. So I did disturb a stitch here, so I repaired that. And now you've got a great little bag that is minus the lining, but to be honest, the lining was a little nasty, and I now think the raw leather is much nicer. So, little update on that one from yesterday. So, yeah, I'm still feeling like crap. Let me just get a Kleenex because I'm going to have to blow my nose. Yeah, had a rough morning today. The worst sleep, the worst headache. Poor Pius, he's tired too, but I mean, he gets up and goes to work every day. This is really kicking my ass. I am testing just in case it does turn into something. I mean, I know COVID has kind of been there, done that, but I'm supposed to be out with my clients tomorrow, and to be honest, if I feel like this, I will not be going anywhere with them. So, yeah, it's been brutal. I've got my sheets in the wash today just because, I think we're sleeping on them and I'm sick, and so we'll freshen the bed up, and, yeah, hopefully this doesn't last into the weekend. The weather is smartening up a little bit for the weekend, So it looks like it will be a super crawl Saturday for the leather bag lady, which is a-okay with me. It's a crazy long day. Kind of a 4:30 a.m. up there by 5 to get a spot. Haven't decided how late we're going to stay yet, because if we stay as traditionally late as we normally do, then it's more than likely not going to be a trailer weekend. So I'm thinking if we stay till maybe 7:30, then we can head straight to the trailer from there and still have a nice fire for the evening. And the rest, we'll leave on Saturday, Sunday as normal. And then the following weekend, we have a couple of birthday parties. And so it'll be a shortened trailer weekend that weekend as well. So I've started watching some videos on repairing the trailer, the water damage in the trailer, and it's going to be quite an extensive thing, I think. So I found a couple of really good ones this morning, so I'll have to let Pius see those. We did go to the trailer yesterday. We got there and we got into the pool for literally not even 20 minutes, and it started to thunder. So as Pius said, he goes, yeah, we're at the trailer, so it's going to rain. So we didn't stay. We just wanted to get out. I needed to get out of this house. The heat was really starting to affect me. And we went and did a few errands. I had a couple of bags to mail out. 2 beautiful snakeskin bags went to Ottawa yesterday. Really very classy vintage bags. Look at that bite that I got on the weekend. It's, we think it was probably a spider bite. So crazy, eh? And then this side, I'm all sore for some reason. But anyway, I'm telling you, the injuries between Pius' shoulder and everything else, my cold, I've got bruises on my shins that you wouldn't believe. We're just falling apart. We're falling apart. But it is, it's not as hot today, Leather Bag Lady weather report, as it has been for the past 2 or 3 days. But it is still going to get up into the low 30s today. So hopefully we had an incredible thunderstorm and lightning show overnight just to help me with my not being able to sleep because of this stupid cold. So anyway, wah, right? I'm not sure what we're doing today. There has been no cooking in this house at all. There's just no way. I had the dryer going, and it will be going for a little while longer. So that's just going to put us up in the low 80s in this house. But I got to do my laundry. So anyway, it's all a little bit doom and gloom today, isn't it? But beautiful bag today. Let's get back to why we're here. And like I said, not sure what the day will bring. If it gets too hot, then we just go out because the air in the truck is like magic. It is so awesome. And I do have to get ready for Saturday though, because I really didn't think I was going to be going. So I need to spend some time doing that, deciding what bags I'm taking, what belts I'm taking, and hopefully it will be a great day. Some of the retirement homes are starting to advertise their Christmas bazaars, which I would very much like to be involved in. So I'm going to make some calls and see if some of my old regular facilities are hosting Christmas bazaars this year, and I would very much like to be involved in those. And that is about it. So I'm just still taking it easy. I'm medicating myself like crazy. Thought my headache had gone, but it really hasn't. It's still kind of lingering right here. I don't get a runny nose anymore. Maybe the last 10 or 11 years. For me, when I get a cold, my eyes run. So I think that might have been part of why my eyes were so itchy on Monday. Not the only reason, I don't think, but they have still been quite itchy. And I mean, obviously my little mold allergy does not last like that. Oh, and yesterday I did go to the MTO. I am now officially a Murray. And I didn't realize how extensive it is. My health card, my driver's license, my ownerships for my cars. I'm going to have to change my insurance, I guess. And a whole bunch of other things. So it's quite a thing. And one thing before I go that I didn't mention yesterday is one, welcome to a couple of new subscribers. I really appreciate your time and wanting to kind of follow along with the purses daily and a little bit of story time afterwards. But yesterday was my 600th video. So I'm not sure what other people do on YouTube, because I see people and they've got, 30,000 subscribers and 50,000. I think I've got 232. But hey, I'm not doing it for that. But I do wonder, how do you get from zero to, anyway, whatever. I don't really care. I just wanted to mention that 600 videos, I think that's quite an achievement for me anyway, being as low tech as I am. But anyway, have a great rest of the day, everybody, and I hope you're all feeling much better than I am wherever you are. And I will talk to you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye now.